Hello, welcome again. I'm Kinndli with another lab. I want to break down today another transition in the vinyasa from low push-up, our Chaturanga, to upward facing dog. This one, oh gosh, as a teacher, like in a large group class, I see so many things happening all the time, and it's concerning because I want you to have happy, healthy shoulders for the rest of your yoga life. So let's dig into this. It's really important. So this lab, we're going to look at Chaturanga. I want to show you again where Chaturanga lives. I'm just going to put 2 blocks on the floor. You can do this to help find your Chaturanga. I'm just going to sit my hips on the first block, my chest on the second block, and where we want our hands in Chaturanga are back here. Toes curled under and shoulders hugging back. The hands, the wrists are under my elbows, my shoulders are hugging back. Pull up through your belly, hug your legs really strong. So this is a great thing to do if you have 2 blocks, because then you can actually feel Chaturanga without having to hold it. And sometimes it's just too hard to hold this long. So you can use blocks just to let your body start to feel the muscle memory. Okay? Now, the second thing I want to say about Chaturanga is that you don't have to go so low. Sometimes, in yoga class, you'll hear a teacher, or on these videos, you'll hear me say, high to low push-up, or hold it a little far off not so far off the floor. You don't have to go so low, okay? So don't always listen to us yoga teachers. Your Chaturanga might look like knees on the floor and a little bend in the elbows. That might be your Chaturanga, pulling in your core, looking forward. Remember the last lab, we did the shift forward, and that might be your Chaturanga, just a little bend in the elbows. If your legs were straight, that might be your Chaturanga, just a little bend in the elbows. Now, the next pose after Chaturanga is upward facing dog. So, we do the high plank through, shift to Chaturanga, and then we go into our upward dog. And I'm rolling my feet to point, and I'm lifting up my chest. Now, this pose can take a long time to get. Honestly, it took over 10 years for me to be able to, I just had really tight hips and a really tight low back. I still feel tightness in my low back. But for me to be able to get my chest almost upright, it's taken me over a decade. So be gentle with yourself. Some of you yogis, you're just born really flexible and you just lift up and go into a beautiful, beautiful back bend. But for upward facing dog, it's so important that we did that shift forward through Chaturanga so that our hands are back here. If you don't do that shift forward from high to low push-up, and you don't do that shift forward, you know what happens is you lower down without shifting forward, and your hands are way up front here. So my hands are under my shoulders, actually they're further forward than my shoulder line. So if I try to come into up dog from here, this is what it feels like. My face hopefully is showing you. Not comfortable. I can't get my shoulders back. My back is crunching, my low back is feeling lots of compression, and my legs, I can't activate them in the ground. We want to activate our legs, and we want our shoulders to be drawn back. So it's so important that we do that. Shift forward, then lower. And you can always come all the way down from your Chaturanga and keep your shoulders back for your up dog. Point your feet. So you went from a flexion to a point. And now press into the ground with your feet. See, my kneecaps have lifted. That's how active the legs are. Push into your hands. Keep hugging your shoulders back. Then lift up. Lift up into your upper dog. Keep a little bend in the elbows. Yeah, gaze forward. Activate your legs. And then come back down. Same thing in Chaturanga. You don't have to go so low. In up dog, you don't have to go so high. Right? So maybe your up dog is right here. And then down. Little up dog. Okay? Doesn't have to be all the way up. It can be anywhere in between. Here, it can be 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 here. I hope you're getting the main gist that everything and any adaptation is not only accepted, it's encouraged. So you want to give yourself permission to take the time for your hips to open, your low back to open, for your arms and your legs and core to get strong, and that it's a lifetime process. You don't have to rush it. Okay, go out and play with that transition from high to low push-up, and then from that Chaturanga to up dog. Making sure your hands are where? Under your elbows. So when you flow to your up dog, your hands are pretty far back by your hips, right? All right, I hope you enjoyed that quick little lab video on that transition from Chaturanga to up dog. And remember, it's not how low you go in Chaturanga, and it's not how high you can go in up dog. You can modify and adapt to find the power in your practice. Thank you. I'll see you again soon.